Welcome to Saturday Night Horror Reviews of Mr. Creepshow 9. L-Mid and JBM are both here, and it's time to review. I know we usually do vintage older movies, but now we're doing one that's less than a year old. As Above, So Below.
Oh!
2014. Okay, so this is a found footage film,
So it's POV cameras on all the main characters, and it's pretty retarded.
what's interesting about this
like
is
it.
there's a good premise, and it's about
An
young
archaeologist's
young archaeologists who explore the catacombs, as in the actual catacombs of Paris. They film there, and you get a lot. I love the premise, and the lead up to it all is all great. And once they get into the catacombs, it kind of becomes
a supernatural thriller of them hallucinating.
And there's a lot of confusion, like a lot of found footage films end up happening. And the lead girl, L-Mid found her attractive. I didn't really find her that appealing,
But that's neither here nor there.
She's supposedly a symbologist and archaeologist. And there's a lot of good scenes where they're interpreting things and
yeah, she gets her interpreter,
exploring, and
she finds another guy at a nightclub who knows the catacombs.
Oh, that
like,
first she meets up with Benny the Jet Rodriguez.
He's the lookalike,
and he's apparently her ex-lover too. So then they meet up with a local tour guide in France. She's British, I believe he's American, and then they meet up with a French tourist.
And he's like, "Okay, I'll go because there's treasure."
And he's their guide, but we've come to find out
he's like, "I'm not going down unless I have my crew." And the next scene, it's filler of them beatboxing, and he's getting his crew together with ropes to go down there.
So they encounter a whole bunch of claustrophobic, freaky shit where there's graffiti tunnels, wet corridors.
I didn't see one rat, even though they said there was rats. And
spooky
no
underground cults.
They didn't have enough money in the budget for prop rats or bats, but go on.
Apparently so. And they didn't even use any props at all.
What are they looking for?
A lot of what they did was CGI under there, and then use the authentic catacombs were creepy and decayed enough, you know.
What's the stone?
The Philosopher's Stone, the legendary Philosopher's Stone from history.
Supposedly all it does is turn different metals into precious metals like gold and silver.
Right, it's an alchemy myth,
and heals.
It's elixir for life, and
give me up a break.
So they plunge deeper and deeper into the earth, and the as above, so below is an old-time saying.
Deeper and deeper into boredom.
The as above, so below is an old-time saying, old astrology, hermeticism saying of how the universe is in one with the earth and humans.
Sort of like saying Luciferianism, like you're your own God.
Sort of like saying we're all made out of the same substances, so we're all connected.
Do thou shalt wilt, or whatever.
But then it gets more deeper than that, but we're not going to get that deep.
Because the movie didn't get that deep. It turned into just a CGI thriller.
It turns into a complete snafu, where
there's a scene where there's a car down there and the tunnel's burning and it's retarded. And then the guy gets dragged in and then he's in the ground, buried, and it all disappears.
And they do one of those concepts where it's like your most terrifying fears are brought to life, and they use it against you.
Like one kid's brother drowned, so he's here seeing his little brother throughout the movie in the freaking hallways. It's just all pretty retarded.
Dude, they throw so much crap at you because there's like statues coming alive and
taking bites out of chunks out of people's necks, and you're like, this
bloody puddles,
eating up Benny the Jet Rodriguez's neck.
Burning cars and like strange shrills like throughout.
And then it only happens one scene where she gets the stone and just kisses Benny the Jet, and he like heals up and let's go. And then when they're leaving, the whole thing's upside down. Like they come up to the freaking.
Right, the tagline is "the only way out is down" or some shit like that, and
like they keep on trying to go up, and they're like, "Oh yeah, well, this is as above, so below, supernatural cave." So we go.
There was 6 people. I think that caused too much confusion. I mean, it was claustrophobic to begin with,
and just the way it's filmed.
If there would have been fewer characters, I would have liked it.
It was all shaky hands.
And a lot of it was hard to understand with her British accent and
so hot.
no, so unhot. And
It's really personal preference, but go on.
and what else happens? Oh yeah, before they even go in, they get like the Paris police tactic is to like blitz and tackle.
One cop tackles like one character, and then they come in. He like through a little hole, and he's like, "This is the only entrance." And then he throws like a little freaking TNT freaking little dynamite, and he's like, "Go!" Like to like get the cop away.
Definitely have to like watch this a few times, but to even like
Nope, I'll never see this movie again. It sucks, guys. I'm letting y'all know now.
right, and it's too much of a headache to and you kind of get the fear of claustrophobia. Maybe you like to feel that and like
JBM
get that
likes
terror, but there's just a bunch of what the fuck moments too, and they enter the crypt of a Templar Knight. That's an awesome scene. It's kind of like Indiana Jones with found footage and weaker characters, really.
It's kind of like Indiana Jones and a character that's Benny the Jet, and another one's Sean Hunter look-alike.
the French Sean Hunter.
Mixed with a little Tomb Raider, mixed with a little Indiana Jones, mixed with a little...
Dan Brown symbology.
Do you call this archaeology?
Anyway, that's pretty much enough. I mean, you can't really overanalyze because it's a bunch of hallucinations of their darkest fears, like I'm saying, and it just gets... They just throw way too much at you, and it just gets ridiculous. Anyway, this is JBM and L-Mid from Mr. Creepshow 9, and click on the channel for more, and tune in every Saturday for a new horror review. We're